Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. We're on the ladder on Fields of Isis, one of the most classic maps. Probably, what would be top three? I guess Settings, Isis, Palms, and then after that, you probably have to go to the gaps. Well, poor gap of Rohan, it's fallen out of favor. It's all about the dual gap now. One gap is just not enough, evidently. I have to say, dual gap does probably have better gameplay than a regular gap. Bit more options. Bit of mid play. Anyway, let's focus on Isis. We have Blark. This is farms. We have whatever this name is, and we're just gonna call it Congreve because that's who it is. At least I'm pretty sure it's Congreve. I didn't actually make completely sure, but I think it is. And he's Seraphim. Black is farms is Cybrant. So we get one P-Gen before the Hydro. And 4 Mexes. Congreve making 2 P-Gens. And he's also going to expand a bit faster. Let's see if this works for him. Get some reclaim as well? No, not yet. So in the middle of Isis, we have in the 2 chokes in middle a lot of reclaim, a few T3 Rex, and several T2 Rex. And we're gonna have second air. So this is the first goal is, well, get your expansion, don't get killed by a bomber or get raided by some lab or something. So that's the most immediate goal. Then it's all about getting the most reclaim that you can from the middle. You're going to see ACUs go there pretty quick. And while you're getting it, well, you're going to have to be able to use it. And you're going to have a decent amount of build power in your base. Spamming power and factories. And also you're going to make use of these. It's nice 13 build power in your T1 mexes to get rid of some of that reclaim as well. So we have the Hydro up, we have second air from Blark as well. And we have an engineer moving towards the reclaim ahead of the ACU. ACU is already on the way for both players. And we're just continuing, gonna plan a lot of power. So on a map like this, you can queue up quite a lot of P-Gens. You probably want to queue up like 20 P-Gens. And we also have an energy storage at the end, so he doesn't forget about it. The energy storage might be kind of late. Well, I guess actually not really. But yeah, on a map like this, you can queue up a lot of power generators because this is a map where you're definitely going to be constantly increasing your mass income. Basically, you're never going to not make eco on this map. Not really. So that's why you can afford to just have a constant stream of power income being increased, because you're always going to have more and more mass as the game continues. There's a raid indeed. Our NG got a lot of reclaiming done, but still died. Lark lacking power, I suppose, his air factory. Oh, he actually made another air factory, now can't afford to make any air out of either of them. Oops. Probably because he took so much mass from middle just for free, just sent an early engineer here and a mantis to protect it, and he's already over 1000 reclaim, gotten a few T2 Rex, gonna get rid of the harbs and the Titan here. Maybe the hydrocarbon could have been built a bit sooner. But right now, Congreve saying don't steal my reclaim. But yeah, this is a big problem. Already Congreve in a bad situation with that reclaim, and now we have a full mass bar, so we're gonna have to see some max upgrades, and Congreve is still gonna grab as much as mass because the ACU is right here. So even if Congreve overflows it, that means at least farms won't get it. But this is just gold. What a beautiful engineer. So I think Congreve kind of messed up. Where's his tanks? Well, only now sending tanks across. So his tanks were really late. He didn't really make many factories at all after that second air factory. So really just a lack of build power is putting him in a really bad situation. If we look at Blark, his lack of power is putting him in a different but also not very good situation. Finally this engineer dies, but he's already grabbed so much of the mass. All the T3 wrecks are gone, many of the T2. And Blark has a decent advantage. He can actually still take some reclaim at the top here as well. And Blark didn't really reclaim with his ACU. It looks like he's just shooting Congreve the entire time. So Congreve has lost about 4 or 5k health on his ACU and wants to retreat because of that. So he doesn't have many tanks, so well, he can see what's coming anyway. Really nice radar, and it's about to get sniped by this. This is the original Mantis that raided the side over here, and he just got another kill. And he's gonna kill the radar, and he has a vet. He's gonna start regenning. It's pretty funny. So what's the plan? We have a lot of T2 mexes. T2 land is already done for Congreve. He's assisting his mex upgrades. It is preferable to assist mex upgrades in a lot of cases. I would advise you do it when you have mass in the bank and your mex is upgrading. Assisting is better. You just have less idle mass in an upgrading structure. So will we see a lot of T2 land? I think really if you're gonna make a lot of T2 land, you gotta really make the most of the ACU upgrades to help that T2 land push along. Otherwise you're gonna be probably not doing enough damage. And the problem with, say, something like trying to make a lot of T2 land and do damage on ISIS is that, well, you just have this choke into the middle of the base, and it can take quite a while to get that production up, all the build power, and get a decent army together. So your opponent definitely has time to do something about it. And Lark is going straight to T3, got a T2 PGen up adjacent to the factory. And he's going T3 land, skipping T2 altogether. Don't see any support factories at all. And we just have some small T1 battles going on. Most of what's happening is mex upgrades. Not much else happening. We have just a single support factory, so Congreve not really investing heavily into T2 land. Just gonna have a HQ and maybe one support factory. I have a decent bit of reclaim building up here. This is a few units wasted. And a bit of a raid by Congreve. But overall, Blark ahead. Let's see the reclaim. Yeah, Blark got so much more of that reclaim. From the top and the bottom. Well, mostly from the bottom. And there's also decent reclaim in some parts, like here. There's a decent amount of reclaim here and some rocks. What is that? Oh, it's a still a leftover blaze. So farm's looking in a really good situation now. He has T3 lands. He's going to be making loyalists. They're going to get out quickly to the front line. Making a brick, well, it's going to take a lot longer to build that first brick, and then it's also going to take a lot longer for that brick to get to the front line once it's built. So not surprising that he starts off with loyalists. I think he will switch to bricks at some point. And now going for a T3 P-Gen. And he's stalling a bit, making that T3 P-Gen is pretty expensive on power. And just these two engineers need a T2 P-Gen to support them while they're building the T3 P-Gen. So making it with just one T2 P-Gen is maybe ambitious, but he's just going to ride out the stall. And then we'll probably see T3 Air not too long after. And yeah, there goes T2 Air, starts immediately once the T3 P-Gen is up. We don't have any TMD for, well, oh no, we do actually, I missed it. So we have some TMD. Forward T2 mechs is they're not protected. And actually this side of the base is not protected, so you have to be careful of TML. It can be really good on this map, especially if you are, say, on the Cybern side. Well, Seraphim can do it as well, where you use T2 Air and snipe the TMD and fire missiles directly after that. Nautas can kill TMD in a single pass. Corsairs can as well, although sometimes they may fail to do that. Now we have the Trebs for farms, making a lot of Trebs, and there's no T2 Air at all for Congreve, so actually those Trebs are going to be really hard to kill. So he has the ACU in front with the gun and stealth. And on the top side we have all of the T3 units, most of the T3 units for farms, and it's a lot of loyalists. And we do have some, well, we have a single Autumn, it seems, hiding behind a wall. Now that's pretty nice actually to be behind this wall, because it's going to be very difficult for the loyalists to run through and surround, but he's going to need a lot more Autumns than that. And on the bottom side there's no real chance to get past the ACU and kill these Trebs, so the Trebs can do massive damage. The only really way to kill them is to have a big enough push that you can force the commander to retreat, or snipe them with Nautas or gunships. And now they're actually going to the top side. So already have a few kills, and now he's going to move them up to the top side and start killing all of this, and this army is going to disappear very quickly. Ouch. Autumn almost dead now, forced to retreat away from the walls. Congreve's ACU has the gun, and you can see the Trebs can even fire all the way into these mexes here. Now, Autumns are quite a good unit versus the Loyalists. They have more health, more damage, better range, and just overall they're just a very good unit versus Loyalists. But there are so many Loyalists for Blark right now. He has a very nice lead, just been ecoing constantly. He's got his T3 Air up now, and he also has a lot more of his mexes to T2 in storage, which is more efficient than making those T3 mexes. And now with so many T3 units on top, I think maybe he'll start making a push. Looks like he lost a few of those trebs, the first 3 trebs. I'm not sure how though. Well, we do have T2 air, so yes, it was not this. Oh, they're suiciding, unfortunately. There they go. This helpful engineer is getting rid of some walls. On the bottom, we have some bricks. And no sniper bots at all from Congreve. Sniper bots wouldn't really be too great, I guess, against Loyalists, but versus the ACU, and the ACU is actually making the laser. So versus the ACU and versus bricks, the snipers are going to be very nice. You have a lot of open, flat ground to use the snipers on. And the ACU now has nano and gun and has not done any damage at all right now. We're 20 minutes into the game. I think that's a big problem for Congreve. He's not going to have any. He has no veterancy right now, so he has less HP than he could have. He's already fallen behind, and there's a lot of T3 out, so he is certainly still certainly a very powerful unit, but he's gonna have a hard time because the mobility is with farms, and he already has such a big advantage that farms can retreat from one side and attack on the other like he's doing, and this ACU can't react to both sides at all. And the army is quite small now, and we don't have the luxury of having flak and mobile shields in here. Just look at the army advantage. Let's see. 16 bricks, 16 loyalists, 32,000 mass. In land, 11,000, 12,000. Less Othams than bricks, and less Othams than loyalists. And the laser is coming for Blark. One thing about the microwave laser on the Cybern ACU is that it actually benefits from the range upgrade of the gun. So if you are making the laser, make sure you have the gun upgrade as well, so that you have this range on your laser rather than the non-gun ACU range. T3 air now, and it's Ulta. So Blark or Congreve going for a chicken bot. He has a lot of mass in the bank, so he just needs a bit more build power, I think. As an Omni, it somehow has lost 25 HP. Maybe something crashed into it, I don't know. But yeah, maybe. Well, how is he going to win this game? Well, I guess the Atolta is the real bit of a Hail Mary. He's just going to continue building many Othams. We have a lot of T3 mechs for Congreve. Look at mass income. He's very, very close to what Blark has, and Farms has more map control. So I think Congreve probably has more T3 mechs. Look at these. There's no TMD here. And these will die in a single TML, so pretty risky for Farms to upgrade these and not defend them. Could probably TML from all the way back here. Let's see. Yeah, could TML those nice T3 mechs from the base. Could also snipe some front TMD. I mean, it's unlikely the ASF are going to catch every Nota that tries to snipe these, and yeah, you got to really find any way to get back into this game. So now we have a lot of mass building up. There is only a single tech NG here building this, and the rest are just some T1s, so it's not building very quickly, and we're building up a lot of mass. But I want to see this commander. Oh, the commander actually now, after laser, he made the cloak. And at some point the cloaking visual effect from Black Ops was implemented into FAF. So this is what it looks like from Farm's POV. If we look at Congreve, he can't actually see the ACU because we have Omni, but what good is being able to see him when he has this much HP and he still has 2 vets to go, so he's gonna kill some shit and get those health boosts. And the cloak not only makes you, well, cloaked, but also gives you a lot of HP. And now the entire army is coming right in to the middle of Congreve's base, and it's a thought that must be close. Surely, oh, this is not going to be done unless Blark is stopped, and he's moving very close to these Autumns. Now retreating out of range. Look at how fast the Autumns died to this laser. Oh my god. And the army pours in, and there's gonna be no Autumns left at all. All kited and killed by the Maser ACU, and even some overcharges thrown in there. And the Thota is so close to being built, but that's it. It's not gonna get built. The T3 B-gens are all at the front, are going down, along with some bricks and other units, but that's it. Farms wasn't even close to dying with this powerful ACU. Well, always nice to see a cloak-maser come. You don't really see that often. So here's one way to spot that your opponent might be doing something like that. There's a shit ton of P-gens in this base, and there's no air support factories. So that should tell you, that can tell you when your opponent's going for something like a cloak-maser comp, because this costs a lot of power to make. You can see here 500,000 power, 750,000 power. That's a hell of a lot. And damn, just more BP on this experimental was needed. We only had some T1 NGs. And then maybe he could have actually held on for a little bit, got a bit more time for spamming PDs to keep the ACU away. But probably still Farms would find a different way to do that damage though. And actually, if he had scouted that, he could also have seen a battle of the 2 experimental commanders with the second gun, double nano, something like that. That would be fun. I don't know how that plays out. I guess the Maser comp probably just has, well, it has a lot more damage. So the Maser comp probably wins in that, to be honest. Anyway, that's it for this particular silly game, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you'll try out cloak-maser comp and maybe a Sarah double gun comp and get everyone crying in Aeolus about how it's OP. So thanks for watching. See you next time.